Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, English Made Easy by Mrs. Rashna Chakravarti. So here I'm once again with all your doubts and all the messages which I got from you all the inboxes which I got from you all. And with that, today I've come up with a very important topic about your writing skills, how to develop your writing skills. Some tips I'll be sharing today, very important tips. And if you use that in your writing, you can make your writing more profound. So please watch the video till the end. And it's a request, those who have not yet subscribed till now, please do subscribe. Your subscription only motivates me, nothing at all. It just gives me some motivation that yes, you are liking it, of course, and this gives me more encouragement to come up with new ideas. And please do write it in the comment section what ideas you need and what you want me to speak on. That those topics I'll be picking up randomly, and then that I'll be discussing with you all. So please do share the video with your friends if you really find it very useful and very helpful with all the students, especially because it will be the tips for the writing skill. So you can share it with your friends and your relatives and others, those who would really get inspiration from this and improve their writing skills, especially for the upcoming writers. They can use these tips to improve their writing. So today's video is only to improve your writing skills. Some very important tips how to develop on your writing skill. So the first tip here, are you ready for it? Those who cannot remember, you can write it down and later on you can practice on it. So the first tip, very useful tip, is that start it very small. And what is the smallest tip which you can start with? That start writing by giving some comments in your social medias, WhatsApps, whatever. Don't use the short forms of language, but you start writing in English because you want to develop that language. Remember, children, if you're developing any language, and the same criteria goes for any language you want to develop. So start commenting because that you are in much of use of it with your cell phones, with all your social medias. So you can just comment on that, but use a proper sentence. And if that is not available and that you are not allowed to do, then make a journal, children. That is the very best idea, if you can make a journal of yours. So please make a journal of yours. This will help you to improve your writing skills. So this journal, what will you write? It's not your diary, children. It's a journal. So any ideas coming to me just now when I'm talking with you, you have certain ideas coming to you. So just write it down that yes, I want to write on this topic. So these are the points. Suddenly you get inspired by my speaking, by something which you have dreamt of in the night. Just write it down. Whatever comes to your mind, just make a small journal, write it there, and that you can use it in your writing afterwards. So that is your first tip. Second tip is that you need to review your writing. Everyone knows to write something or the other in the language which you are about to learn. Correct. So you are now at this age of 15 years, 16 years, you know the language, but you need to write properly. So how do you do that? You need to review your writing. You might be in an examination that I don't have time in the examination hall. What do I do? So then in the examination hall, you always need to calculate your time and keep some time for revision, because this revision is going to be making your writing more effective. Let me tell you, children, a very important secret, which even the English teachers, when we are given a time machine or a time clock ticking and we are asked to write, and then too, I'm telling you, we will not be able to make 100% correct sentences. There will be some flaws or errors if we don't revise it. So you need to review your writing. So anyone can make any mistakes when we are writing, but reviewing it is the best idea, and this will improve your writing a lot. So this was your second tip, to review your writing. First tip was to make a writing journal, make it an habit, make it very compulsory in your life to make a journal, small book of writing tips. Whatever you are seeing, wherever you are visiting, if you're going to a market, what did you see? Just write down 2 points, 2 lines, a report of it. So this will help you a lot. And the second one was to review your writing. Now coming to the third one, it is to read the books you need to read. Without reading, you cannot get ideas. How will you write? Yes or no, children? So you need to read. So read, become a voracious reader. Whatever books, doesn't matter. Whichever books you get, it doesn't matter. Read it. Fictional, science fiction you love, read it. If you love your science book, read it. So you get the idea how to frame sentences. That's the idea behind reading. So always make it a habit to read. If you have your ebooks, the use of ebooks, read it. Don't think that if I'm reading so much, I will get used to copy that writer. No, not at all. We are getting some ideas from it, but we are not copying them. We are reading their books, we are reading their blogs, we are reading their stories, whatever they have written, but we are not copying. We are getting ideas, and this is very important. And this really helps to develop your writing skill. I too do that whenever before writing anything. So this helps a lot. So that was your third tip. Now coming back to the fourth tip, you need to pre-write. So before starting anything, you just need to pre-write the topic. Without pre-writing the topic, you directly start writing the topic. Suppose the topic given to you in the examination is prevention is better than cure. You just start writing it because you have heard it somewhere and you know something about it. And without having any plan, you just start writing. And as a result, you keep on writing, and you never know where to end it. As a result, your writing is not that impactful. So in order to make it impactful and to get full marks or to score that 5 on 5 or 4.5 out of 5, you just need to plan it out and just make the points in short. That okay, first paragraph will be global understanding, second will be correlating with ideas and some examples, and third will be how to wind it up together and finish it. So that way, if you're making it, you can make it into a web diagram form. If you're going for story writing, make it into a web diagram. The points are always given to you for help, but you can have your own frame out. So that is called pre-write. So to make your writing skill very impactful, you need to pre-write. So that was your fourth point. Now coming to the fifth tip, you need to think in English. Now this fifth tip is little difficult, because I won't say it difficult actually. It is actually going to make you practice more. You need to practice this tip a little bit, because this will make your mind think in English. The fifth tip is that you need, before writing anything in that language, you need to think in that language. Whether it's English, Hindi, Marathi, any other languages, you just need to think in that language and then write. Children, just imagine you are going to write in English and you're thinking in your linguistic language. So how will you write it? It's obviously that your writing will go down. So you need to think. And this is a little tricky, little difficult, but you need practice, and practice will surely make you think in English. So just try to think in English. Then obviously you can write down in English too. So that was your fifth tip. Now coming to the sixth tip, avoid using the contractions. So contraction should be avoided whenever you're doing your linguistic work, whenever you're writing, you're doing your writing skills, developing. What are contractions, children? The short forms of the words like isn't it, doesn't it, don't it, shouldn't it. Avoid all this, right? Rather use the word is not, doesn't, does not, isn't of doesn't, does not, do not, don't will become do not. So don't use contractions whenever you are doing your writing skill, because language demands more of explicit knowledge. So go for it. Understood? So avoid the contractions to make your writing more powerful and more systematic. Now coming to the seventh point, avoid the words there is or there are. So these should be avoided, because that makes your sentence little dull and little very little layman type language the sentence comes. So you need to avoid all these words. For example, let me give you a small example. If I'm telling you the sentence, there are many issues that students face at the university. There are many issues which the students are facing at the university. So there are, the sentence is starting with there are. So you just need to avoid that word there are and start the sentence. Students are facing many issues at the university. Isn't that a sentence, a proper sentence, and that is giving more impactful impact to that words? So just write the sentence without using the word there is or there are. Make a sentence, make another sentence, and just think of it on the spot. You can think, it'll come to your mind. Okay, so now let's come to the next point, next tip to make your writing more effective. Avoid the words really, very, a lot. So you need to just avoid all those words. For example, I can give you for really, the announcement was really very interesting, or the announcement was really interesting. So when I'm using the word really, so it becomes a little dull, the sentence. Avoid it. Make use of the word without this word really. So how will you write the sentence? The announcement was interesting. Isn't that bang on sentence? What you want to say, your ideas are coming in form and it's open to you. Instead of using the word, the uh, announcement was really interesting. The announcement was interesting. It's as same and as impactful what you wanted to say. So now coming to the sentence very, of course, the very word disturbs your language. It brings down your language, and we always do that. Even maybe I might have also used the word very once or twice in my when I was talking with you all. So avoid it, because very disturbs your language power. It brings you down. Just avoid using the word very. You will get more good words for your language. There are many such examples. You can go with it without the words very. You will learn new words also. For example, I can say, if you are saying that very scared, so instead of saying very scared, I'm very scared of English grammar. So you can say, I am petrified, or English grammar petrifies me. So use the words. Didn't you learn a new word for very scared? So like that, you can have very different words also. For example, very slow. My writing skill is very slow, or I write very slow. So that means I'm sluggish. You can use the word sluggish. So similarly, there are many other words without the word very. Very smooth becomes sleek. Very smart is your intelligent. So instead of using the words very, you can go with the better word for it, one word for it. Always have an open mind to think, and this will improve or develop your language too. Now, coming to the word a lot and much. So you can have that also. If I give you an example, a lot of students stay in the campus. So instead of that, we can make use of a more bang on word. Many students stay on the campus. A lot of students instead of that, many students. So use many or much instead of a lot of. So depending on the countable and the uncountable nouns. So I hope you understood this tip. Now move on to the next tip. Ninth tip, use more of active voice, because we use passive voice in science. Whenever we are writing about the physics, chemistry, in that sort of a practical sort of a knowledge, we make use of passive voice. But when we are making use of linguistic history, languages or history, we make use of active voice. So more of active voice should be used. That means bringing the subject in the front. We want to focus more on the subject. Active voice means what, children? You need to visit my other video in the YouTube channel to know about active voice in detail. So right now, what I'm saying is that you need to know or use your writing skill much of active voice, because that will make your writing more impactful and you can get to the point bang on. So that is your ninth tip. Now, children, the final tip, the last tip which you need to follow is that use strong verbs. And now, what do I mean when I'm talking about strong verbs and weak verbs? Just a small example, this will help you. For example, if I say he made an objection, he made an objection is a little bit weak. Don't you think so? Now, just listen to the sentence, which we can make it a strong verb. He objected. Instead of telling he made an objection, we can simply say he objected. So, children, all the 10 tips of English, are you convinced? So if you are convinced with all the 10 tips, please put in the comment section that you really enjoyed learning the 10 tips how to improve your writing skill. Please do share this video if you have liked it, and please forward it and subscribe more and more and put it in the comment section. Thank you so much.